Hello everybody, good afternoon and welcome to another session of Active Learning Video Lecture Communication Series. I, Mr. Paresh Moda, working as Assistant Professor in Electrical Engineering Department at A.D. Patel Institute of Technology, welcome you all for the another sequence session. In the last session, we have seen about the paper solution of May-June 2011. We will continue the paper because still we have to see 9 to 10 questions and some numericals. So let us begin with the magnetic circuits and let us see how the AC, which are the questions that are to be asked from the AC circuits. You might have studied the AC circuit and magnetic circuit in your class or in your ALB com session also, right? So let us begin the question. The question might be you have to find out how much energy is to be stored in the inductor. This is the sample paper, you can download it from the GTU website. So the question is derive the equation of energy stored in the inductor. This was asked as a 4 marks question. So if you want to find out the energy, you have to find out how much work done is to be done with respect to the power. So first of all you should derive the how much instantaneous power the inductor is used, right? For establishing the magnetic field, energy must be spent, though no energy is required to maintain it. Consider a coil having an inductance H and the resistance R is to be connected with a DC supply. So friends, you might be having a circuit like this. Here you are having a inductor, a resistor and a ammeter is to be connected with a V volt battery. Now when switch S, this switch S is to be connected, the current will gradually increase and it will attain the steady value, right? So you can measure in the practical case with the ammeter will give you the how much current is to be flowing, right? Now in the theory analysis, how we can find out the current? We can find out the current by knowing the battery voltage and the resistance value. Initially we are thinking that there is no inductor is there in the circuit, right? The increase in the current will be opposed by the self-induced EMF that is produced in the coil due to this change. So to overcome this position, some energy is supplied by the source which is stored in the magnetic field. So you can see that in this diagram a magnetic field will be provided, will be produced in the inductor coil, right? When this switch is open again, the magnetic field will collapse and the stored energy will be released and it will be returned to the circuit. It is dissipated in the form of heat also sometimes. Let at any instant current flowing through the coil is I and it is increasing at the rate of di by dt. So the self-induced EMF in the coil is, you can say, E is equal to L di by dt. What is L? L is the inductance of inductor and what is di by dt? It is the rate of change of current. So how you can change the current? When you are varying the resistance, at that time it will also get vary. So this is the first equation you have to remember. Now you know the instantaneous power in the RL circuit is P is equal to E into I. Now what is E? E is equal to L di by dt and I am putting as it is. So my equation will become Li into di by dt, right? Just I am rearranging the equation. I am putting this I over here. So it is Li into di by dt. Now energy stored in the magnetic field, if I want to find out, then I have to see how much work is to be done. So dW is equal to P into dt. What is P? P is the power. We have already wrote the equation Li into di by dt. So putting the value in this equation, this dt and this dt will get cancelled. So energy stored in the magnetic field is nothing but L into I into di, right? Now energy stored in the magnetic field, if I want to find out, then I have to do the integration by knowing the initial value to the final value. So by integrating this, I will get W is equal to L into I square by 2. So at last I will get the equation W is equal to 1/2 Li square joule. So this is the equation of a inductor, that is how much energy is to be stored in the inductor. If you want to calculate it, then you should be knowing what is the value of inductor and what is the value of current. If you know these two values, then you can find out how much energy the inductor can be stored in the magnetic field, right? Now let us move further. We will see the example of the single phase and three phase AC circuit, which were asked in the 2011 May-June exam. So the example title or the example data was like this: an alternating voltage of V is equal to 100 sin 376.8 T is applied to a coil which is having a resistance of 6 ohm and inductance of 21.22 millihenry. So friends, you have to calculate the current through the coil and how much power that is dissipated in the coil. It is a one kind of RL circuit. So you might be knowing the equation of RL circuit. See, it is a now AC circuits. So what will be the value on behalf of DC circuit that will be that is there in the AC circuits? Okay, so to find out the current, you should be knowing what is the impedance. But before knowing the impedance, you should be also knowing what is the inductive reactance. So first of all, we will calculate XL and then we will calculate impedance of the circuit. So based on that, we can find out how much current is to be passed through the coil. Coil means inductor, right? Inductor is sometimes also called as a coil. So we have to calculate how much current is to be passed through the circuit, means RL circuit, right? And we know the value of L. What is the value of L? It is 21.22 millihenry. And we have to calculate how much power is to be dissipated in the circuit when we are connecting this RL circuit with the AC voltage. There will be some power that will be dissipated, or we can say that the power will be lost, right? This example was asked as a 5 marks in the GTU exam. So this is the value of inductor and the resistor. Now we know the equation that V is equal to 100 sin 376.8 T, and we are having the value of R and L. So first of all, we should be knowing what is the RMS value of the voltage. So friends, how we can calculate the RMS value of voltage? See, we know the RMS and the maximum voltage equation. Vrms is equal to Vm divided by root 2, right? Or Vrms is nothing but 0.707 into Vm. You can also put Vrms is equal to Vm upon root 2, both are same. So here, how to find out Vm? See, this is the equation, V is equal to Vm sin omega t, right? So here 100 is nothing but it is a Vm. So if you are putting this 100 in this equation, then you will get the RMS value of the voltage. Now here it is AC circuit, so it will be also having a angular velocity omega. So how to calculate omega? The omega you were calculating in the school level also, that is omega is equal to 2 pi into f. What is f? F is 50 hertz, right? So if it is not given in this example, it is not given actually, but omega is to be given. How? Where omega is given? Omega is given in the V is equal to Vm sin omega t. So omega is equal to 376.8 T. So by putting the value, you will get that frequency is 60 hertz. Now if you know the frequency value, you can be easily calculate the value of XL. What is XL? XL is equal to 2 pi f into L, or XL is equal to omega into L. So by putting the value of omega and L, you can be calculate the XL. Now you are having the value of resistance and you are having the value of inductive reactance also. So by these two value, can you calculate the impedance? Why we need to calculate the impedance value? We need to calculate the value of impedance because we want to ultimately find out how much current is to be drawn by the circuit. In same way, if you want to find out the power, then also we will need the value of current, because power is nothing but it is a I square R, right? So by this impedance value we can only calculate the value of current as well as the power, right? So this equation you should keep in your mind, that inductive reactance is equal to omega L, right? Now step 2 is to find out Z. So how to find out Z? Z is equal to under R square plus XL square. So it is having a 10 and the unit of impedance is ohm. Now to find out current, you are having the equation I is equal to V by Z. What is V? V is nothing but it is a RMS value of the voltage. So what is the RMS value of voltage and what is the maximum value of voltage? Maximum value is 100 volt, but RMS value is Vrms is equal to Vm divided by root 2, or it is 0.707 into 100. So it will be 70.7 divided by 10. What is 10? It is impedance. So by putting this value you will get the value of current, how much current it is to be taken by the circuit. So you can see that 7.07 ampere current is drawn by the circuit, RL circuit. Now we will see the next step. Find the power. So power is nothing but you can find out by power is equal to I square R. So I is 7.07 and the value of R is already mentioned. So even though it is a very simple circuit, it is consuming 300 watt power whenever you are connecting it with a AC voltage supply, right? So these are the two answers that are asked in the exam. It is very much easy example, you can say, because no capacitive reactance is coming in the circuit, only the inductor is there, inductor and resistors are there in the circuit, and based on that you have to calculate the power taken by the circuit and you have to calculate the current that is to be drawn by the circuit. But here you should be knowing what is the RMS value and what is the maximum value, right? Now we will see the next example. An alternating current having an equation I is equal to 141.4 sin 314 t. Based on this alternating current, you have to calculate what is the frequency, what is the RMS value, what is the average value, and what is the instantaneous value of current when t, that is the time, is 2 millisecond, right? So first of all you should be easily find out the frequency and the RMS value. How to find out RMS value? You are having the equation of RMS value and the average value equation, right? But and maximum value, where you can find out the maximum value? When you are reading the equation of voltage or current, it is already given. It is in the form of I is equal to Im sin omega t. So what is Im? Im is equal to 141.4, right? So can you calculate the RMS value and how to calculate the frequency? Let us see the solution and we will see how to find out frequency, RMS value, average value, instantaneous value when time t is equal to 2 millisecond. Find out the frequency f. See, to find out the frequency you are having the basic equation. F is equal to omega divided by 2 pi, or you can say omega is equal to 2 pi f. How this omega is come? Omega is already given in the equation. I is equal to Im sin omega t in the form. So you can just see the equation thoroughly and you can put the value of omega, and by putting this you will get the frequency is equal to 50 Hz. So first answer is very much easy, anyone can find it. Now let us see what is the second step. In the second step you are asked to find out the RMS value. So from the given expression of instantaneous current we can say that I max is equal to 141.4 ampere, that is I is equal to Im sin omega t. And what is the relation of RMS and maximum value? IRMS is equal to Im divided by root 2, or what is the value of root 2? 1 upon root 2, it is 0.707. So you can say that IRMS is equal to 0.707 into Imax. So let me highlight it. This is the equation, IRMS is equal to 0.707 into Imax. You just have to put the value of Imax in this equation. What is the Imax? It is 141.4 and 0.707 by multiplying you will get the answer, that is 99.97. So you can say it is a 100 ampere is the RMS value of the current, right? Let us see the third step. You are asked to find out the average value. So how to find out average value? There is also a relation that I average is equal to 0.637 times maximum value. So it is 0.637 and maximum value is 141.4. So you will get the final answer is equal to 90.07 ampere. Now at last, it is also asked that you have to find out the instantaneous value. What is the instantaneous value? Instantaneous value can be defined the value at any instant. So what is the instant given in this example? It is given that you have to find out the instant value at 2 milliseconds. So in the waveform of sinusoidal AC, after 2 milliseconds, what is the time or what is the value of the current you have to find out? See, here you are not given the ammeter, right? It is not a practical case. In the exam, you have to theoretically find out how much value is the instant at 2 milliseconds. So you can write like I average, I RMS, that is I is equal to 0.02 and the standard equation is I am sin omega t. In this equation, on behalf of t, you have to put 2 milliseconds. So what is 2 millisecond? What is the 2 value of millisecond to second? How you can convert millisecond into second? You can multiply by 10 raised to minus 3. So it will be 2 into 10 raised to minus 3. So your I 0.02 is equal to 141.4 sin 0.628. So by simplifying it, you will get your instantaneous value of current at time t is equal to 2 millisecond. It is 83.07 ampere. So what you can conclude from this different three value? See, you have calculated RMS value, average value and